Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great. Welcome back to this new video right here on Ethereum. Your daily update, and this is also a bit of a crash update after yesterday already. Now the good news is that we did speak about this, further cascade down. I mean, obviously, when I made the video on Ethereum yesterday, on Saturday the price had already dropped down into 2,225. But yesterday we already said that this is a pretty bearish breakout. We had a breakout below the value we had with Ethereum right here around 2,550. Broke down below that value area, that balance, that consolidation, that range, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same in my book. Broke down below that with volume, with fundamentals as well, right? So then we assumed it was a real breakdown. Then I said, there's a 90-day rolling VWAP and just in general a strong support level right here around 2,160. That's where we fell down into, and that's also where we have so far found support. But in this video, I just wanted to talk about, can we actually hold that as support? Was this the bottom? And can we expect some recovery now? Or was this just a local bottom, a very strong support level, which it was, all right? The 0.618 FIB with a fair value gap with the 90-day rolling VWAP. That's exactly what I said yesterday as well. It's a strong level. So if you bought there, congratulations, but I would still say that it's quite a risky trade to hold, right? And I do think there is still a risk to drop down lower. You can first of all see on the higher time frames that the strongest support level is a little bit lower. It's more towards 2,000, and we actually have some support down there as well. I mean, we filled the upsides of this huge imbalance we created the beginning of May, but there's still a lot to fill to the downside there. 2,000 is a big psychological support level. It's a big technical support level in general, and you have the 0.786 FIB. So in these markets where the fundamentals are still incredibly important, I think there is a real risk that we will drop down into that level. Now, do I think it's most likely that we will drop down into that level? Actually, no. I think it actually is more likely when, it's partially based on feelings as well. I mean, yesterday, and maybe I'm biased as well because I started buying into the markets, or at least with Bitcoin yesterday between 100,000 and 98,000. So I might be slightly biased, but I think yesterday we had a lot of fear, right? And usually fear like that, with the potential closure of the Strait of Hormuz, usually that signals a local bottom. Now, do I think we can drop down lower later? Yes, certainly. But at this point of time, I would say it's most likely that, and that's also, by the way, in line with what we've seen so far from the open of the general financial markets, right? If you look at the general financial markets, so then I'm talking about gold, I'm talking about oil, I'm talking about US equity futures. The reaction of those so far, and that could still change, but the reaction of those to the fundamentals of this weekend has been quite mild. All right, so if you have that in combination with a high fear move down right here, in combination with a bit of a bullish divergence on the lower time frames as well, by the way, with price and volume. With this support, I would say it's most likely that this was a bottom and that we can expect, a pullback is to be expected as well, but at least that 90-day rolling VWAP is going to hold, and that we'll see some recovery into this massive imbalance we left right here towards 2,400. However, then the question is all right, well, now that level between 2,450 and 2,380 is a massive resistance level. That used to be our main support in the last 2 months. It's now a massive resistance level, and I don't think we can reclaim that. Right? It's too strong for that. And the fundamentals are not good enough. If we see a massive de-escalation in the Middle East, then we can reclaim that. Otherwise, I do not expect us to reclaim that. I think it's going to serve as resistance, and that also opens up the way for a drop down lower later on. And that is something I'll definitely keep you updated on. Short term, I think this is what you need to know regarding Ethereum, but that is long term. Even though I do expect to move up from here ultimately, right, with a bit of a pullback short term. But I think the upside is capped. So I'll keep you updated on that. For now, I think that's what you need to know. So thank you for watching. Take care and bye.